Hey guys, welcome back to Music Talk with John. I am inside today because it's just a little too hot to be walking around today, and plus I don't want to get all sweaty because I'm going to head over to the record store after this, and we are going to film a record store day preview of what's coming in at Kingfish Records. So that's going to be exciting. So to avoid going in and being a big old sticky mess, I decided to film inside. So let's talk about Sheryl Crow, her first three albums. And I wanted to really do a deep dive into them. I haven't listened to them in a while, and I want to redo that, kind of go back and listen to them and see what I felt about them, if anything had changed. And I figured I'd go ahead and take some notes, and then I would go ahead and rank them at the end. So let's get into it. So the first three, she technically had a first album, and I don't even know if it had a title. I have a kind of a bootleg of it. It's like an unreleased album, and it was very 80s sounding, and she shelved it, and I don't think there's any signs of that album coming back. I thought there was, or being re-released, or actually being released. I thought there was some good stuff on it. I liked the album because I liked her voice, and I liked that 80s sound, so it worked for me. And I just wondered if she would ever just take some of those songs and redo them or something, but it doesn't look like she has plans for that. Because it sounded like she was pretty much retiring, and then she put out that Evolution album. She all of a sudden had songs, and she did an album. So anyway, the first one that she did release was in 1993. It was Tuesday Night Music Club, and just a really good album. It wasn't really on my radar at first. I had she had three singles out. What was it? Run Baby Run, What I Can Do for You, and Leaving Las Vegas had been out, and I don't think I was even listening to much radio at that time. I was probably listening to a lot of CDs, and she just wasn't on my radar right away. And then I had a subscription to Rolling Stone magazine, and Tuesday Night Music Club was reviewed in there, got a lot of credits and accolades, and it's funny because I don't think I ever said, oh, Rolling Stone likes this album, magazine likes this album, I'm going to go and get it. I don't think that ever happened, but something about her, that article caught my attention. So I went out and I just blind bought the album. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I did. I don't remember. Yeah, I know All I Want to Do and all that was playing. The video was out, but I never really even noticed it at that time. We might have even had, because I was kind of living on my own at that point, we had like basic cable, so I don't even know if I had MTV at that point or whoever's playing music videos in 93, because MTV was pretty much reality TV at that point. But I went and got the album, and I remember when I got the CD, I put on Run Baby Run, and she was born in November 1963, the day Aldous Huxley died. I'm like, whoa, what is this? Just the way it hit with her voice, and then the music kicked in. I was like, oh, this is something good, something refreshing, because the music was changing at that point into another direction. But yeah, man, caught me. So my notes on here are just had great production and musicianship. She had a group of guys, they like to read. She said, we were so full of ourselves. We had this highbrow kind of sense or thing about us that we just, not that they were like snobby, but then in a way they kind of were. They were just, a group of people that knew they were good, and then they were reading a lot and stuff like that. So there's good lyrics on this album and some intellectual stuff on here. So it's just funny how she says we're full of ourselves. But yeah, good lyrics and storytelling. I mean, great voice. She has a great voice. If you've ever seen it, pull up her singing with Pavarotti in Italian. It's amazing. Yeah, it wasn't a bunch of pop songs. It was rock and roll. It wasn't what was on the radio. It was different, So yeah, it's really it stood out once I listened to that album. It was refreshing. I remember that. There's something cool about her shaky, almost out of tune vocals on Leaving Las Vegas. She was just bearing it all. It was raw. It was like, oh, is this going out of tune? So just check out Leaving Las Vegas again if you haven't heard it or haven't heard it in a while. The album itself is raw, sarcastic, realistic, and moody. Deals with all kinds of things like relationships, depression, sexual harassment, escape, getting away, and just getting by in this thing called life is what the album feels like to me. And I'm really moving my hands today. Let's put these things down. Yeah, so and one cool thing was I was looking at some of the stuff. I was wondering who was playing a saxophone part on one of the songs. Actually, not sax, trumpet, and it was Cheryl's dad. His name is Wendell Crow, and he played trumpet on basically a jazz theme song called "We Do What We Can," and that song feels like a smoky. You're in a smoky here comes the hands again. A smoky bar, jazz going on, and he does it really. So it's cool to hear that she brought her dad in for that. So then 3 years later, I didn't see her on that tour, but then Sheryl Crow comes out, the self-titled album, 1996. Sheryl was catching a lot of flack because she didn't play a lot of the instruments. A lot of people said, oh, it's all these other musicians and they're doing all the writing, and what did she really do? And she said, okay, well, I'm going to show you what I can do. And she freaking smacked the critics in the face with this album. It's dark and dirty, and it's really good. I mean, right in the beginning, it comes in with a sound. You're like, whoa, okay, this is going to be different than that last album. Definitely more of a rock feel, things like that. Has 13 tracks on it. I mean, go back to real quick back to the Tuesday Night Music Club, but the songs on that were Run Baby Run, Leaving Las Vegas, Strong Enough, Can't Cry Anymore, Solidify, the Na Na song, which is a kind of a hokey song, No One Said It Would Be Easy, What I Can Do For You, All I Want to Do, We Do What We Can, and I Shall Believe. Those were the 11 tracks on that. There were 13 tracks on the Sheryl Crow album. Maybe Angels, that's the one that comes in with a really funky just sound. And she was doing something with the production on this, and I think she produced this and played most of the instruments on this album from what I remember. It starts with Maybe Angels, A Change Would Do You Good was one of the releases, Home, nice little bittersweet song. Sweet Rosalind, If It Makes You Happy, that was a big release. Redemption Day, love that song. God, that could be Dylan writing that. Hard to Make a Stand, Every Day is a Winding Road, Love is a Good Thing, that's the one that got her in trouble with Walmart. She's talking about buying a gun in a discount store, Walmart or whatever, and Walmart did not like the fact that she was talking about gun violence and calling them out for selling guns at the time. And I think Walmart no longer sells guns, maybe BB guns, but maybe it made a difference. Oh Marie, Superstar, the book, that's a really cool book about her reading a book and realizing the author is somebody she knew who the author was. She reads his book and it's all about them in the book. An Ordinary Morning, really good way to end the album. But it's it's rock, it's folk rock, country rock, blues rock, alt rock, pop rock. That's all from Wikipedia. There you go. That's how you describe the album. Starts off heavier and darker than Tuesday Night Music Club, like I said. And it's a much darker and moodier album all around than the first one. Good production by Sheryl, good melodies, hooks, and lyrics, addresses relationships, social issues, gun violence, drug use, and the human condition, just people being people in there. And in her albums, this is the note I had here. Her albums were banned from Walmart for a while because of the line, watch out sister, watch out brother, watch out children while they kill each other with a gun they bought at Walmart discount stores. So yeah, Walmart was a little pissed. They took her albums off the shelf for a while, but they're back. They're selling Evolution. And that was off the song Love Is a Good Thing. So then 1998 comes, and I don't remember if I saw her. I've seen her twice. I might have seen her during that second album, the Sheryl Crow album, and then I definitely saw her during the Globe sessions. This comes out in 1998, and she's like, okay, I've learned from my first two albums, let's take it to another level and let's do something here. So the songs off of this are My Favorite Mistake, that was a single. There Goes the Neighborhood, River Wide, that could be a Dylan song. Her lyrics are really good. They're not just hokey lyrics. She put some thought into those lyrics. It Don't Hurt, Maybe That's Something. Am I Getting Through 1 and 2? What a crazy ending with that one. You got to check that song out. It just gets frantic and builds up, and this anxiety and just crazy goes on. Anything But Down, I believe that was a single. The Difficult Kind, Mississippi is a Bob Dylan song. He put it on. I don't know, I have a note here. I'll look later. He had it on maybe Love and Theft or something. He put it on that album later. Gave it to Sheryl. She was kind of confiding in him at one point, either between this album or the second album, and he was somebody she could turn to for a moment there. in time. And the lyrics of that song and the way that song is, you couldn't tell the difference between that song and the rest of her songs. That shows how good her songwriting and her lyrics are. Just really good. Members Only, that's a good song, and Crash and Burn. Some personnel to kind of mention here are Ben Montench is actually on this album, and he plays some organ, piano, and the Chamberlin. So, and then Bobby Keys plays saxophone. So that's two things to mention there. So it was a third album, 11 tracks. It's considered rock, folk rock, country rock. A lot of social commentary, talking about relationships, great vocals, melodies, and hooks, just like her albums. Good, clear production, a lot of sound effects, I guess you could say, but a lot of things she brings in to really give the song a feel, emotion. I'd like to get all these albums on album. I have everything, pretty much, of hers on CD, and the only thing she's really released from her early catalog right now is Tuesday Night Music Club. So it'd be cool to hear some of that, and I don't know if they were recording it digital or analog at that time, so we'll see. But anyway, yeah, good clear production. All tracks are written and co-written by Sheryl, except for Mississippi. And like I said, that was, yeah, oh, it's on Love and Theft. That's what it was. 2001 album by Bob Dylan. So that's the albums. Really good. I really enjoyed listening to these. It just got, to me, better, and better. So if I were to rank it, and I did rank it, and this is the ranking. We'll start with Tuesday Night Music Club. Because I would say that would be third, really, and I love that album. So it's Tuesday Night Music Club first. It's 4 out of 5 stars. It's like almost the perfect album. I like every track on there. Just some were like, I like it, but not like I love it, you know. So for me to get that 5-star, I gotta love every song. So it didn't quite get there, but it's 4 out of 5. So it's just a really good album. So definitely recommend you picking that one up. For second place, I would go ahead and, it's going in order, Sheryl Crow, the second album, the self-titled album. It was 4 out of 5 stars also. Almost a 4.5, but I felt it was just a little bit stronger, even though it got the same rating as Tuesday Night Music Club. I felt it was just a little bit stronger. So I would give that, like I said, I was teetering between 4 and 4.5 on that one. But yeah, Sheryl Crow, that one, just a really good album. And then, of course, first place would be the Globe Sessions. This is a perfect album for me, so it got 5 out of 5 stars. That's, I got rid of my old ranking system. If you guys have watched my previous videos, and have probably got pretty confusing. And I was trying to express myself, and now I figured out how to put it into a star system. So this might be easier. 5 out of 5 stars. It's a perfect album. So yeah, it has everything. Every song gets better. Just a really good album. So there you go. There's your ranking, and we're talking about those first 3 albums of Sheryl Crow. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you think about Sheryl. If you have any of her albums, what you think about her career. I think I'm going to go through more of her catalog at some point. And because she has some other albums that are really good too, but these were probably her top 3 if I was to rank them all. But oh, maybe, because there's 1,000 miles from Memphis, all that. So anyway, I don't want to keep rambling, but yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the video. Let me know your history with Sheryl Crow, or if you like her, don't like her, whatever. If you agree with me, how you would rank these 3 albums. Definitely interested to know. So anyway, hope you guys are doing well out there, and until next time, you enjoy your music, all right? Bye.